Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Welcome back. Or welcome back to Live from Rabs from inside what we've now dubbed the Insane Asylum.
And Frank, we moved.
We moved. Miraculous. We just miraculously
Again.
picked up and moved. It's for actually, you know what? I was just telling Naz, I was playing around. We moved everything before and playing around with the lights. And it's for us, it's kind of dark, but I mean, it's not so bad, Naz.
No, it's not terrible.
So,
we maybe could use another light over here, but yeah, it's all right for now.
It's good. Well, happy hump day.
Hump day. We've had a good week, Frank. Let's say
we really have had a good week.
We've had a positive week. Show's been great.
Yeah, we've had some super duper guests.
Yeah,
and I mean, we just don't disappoint.
Breaking news.
Naz,
breaking news.
I have to say, so much breaking news.
It's craziness that happens here.
That Liz, did you share this with Liz?
No, I did not even have an opportunity.
Our production team should be proud. Really not bad for a couple of hacks. As some folks would say, as this folk would say. The other day we had the Will Smith on the show.
Thank you.
And TJ from the Staten Island Yankees. And our friend Joe DiModio was watching, as he pipes it every day, and he quoted Will from his appearance on our show.
That's what's happening right now.
So we are so relevant.
This is real life.
We're taking content and utilizing it. And then, of course, kudos to, it was mentioned that on Will's appearance in Live from Rabs, we're talking about the potential future of the Staten Island Yankees. I mean, we're just, Naz.
Earlier yesterday, we unveiled the new flagship brewery.
Yep.
The new hard seltzer, which was delicious. I would say.
It was really good. So I took some home. I put them in the fridge. I didn't get to enjoy it last night as I wanted to. So tonight I plan to. I might do all three of them. Just a little. Just
taste.
Clip them one at a time. I had the lemon ice one yesterday. We get this delivery from Union Beer, and Tina and Liz were so excited that we brought it out on set and we did a live taste test.
It was good stuff was happening right there.
Yeah, and they were delicious. So Naz, the cool part is that we are selling them. They're available with your pizza deliveries or food deliveries, your Zeppeli delivery, whatever it is you might want. So if you call Gennaro's, and Tina and Arturo would be happy to take your order, you could send yourself home with some hard seltzers.
Yep.
And
it's also very hard to come by.
They are hard to come by. And you could also get Jell-O shots delivered. We've got Jell-O shots available for you.
What reason is there to leave home now?
No, you don't have to leave home.
There's none. You can have alcohol delivered, food delivered. Well, other than obviously everybody misses bowling, but really, you really don't have to leave home anymore.
No,
you don't have to leave.
And Brian, yes, we do have a couple of special guests with us today. We'll introduce them in a little while. So we need ID. Mr. Rourke, are you saying that we need ID upon delivery? But I do have a delivery for you, as you requested. That they will arrive later today when we get home. So we are delivering. If you'd like, we do have a limited quantity.
Yes.
We'll be able to order some more, I hope. But it's been. I have to say, the cool part about this, they sold out within an hour on their website for all of their take-home deliveries that they're doing. So, which is awesome for Flagship. You can get Flagship right in the comfort of your own home directly from them.
Yeah, they've been during the quarantine. They've been delivering, and they do deliveries to Manhattan. So yeah,
cool.
That's
what's your mood there today?
I didn't change it. It was yesterday was chipper. So I'm still feeling.
Okay.
I'm feeling good. I'm getting stuff done. Progress is going forth in the pro shop.
I saw Ray doing some extra touch-up painting.
Yeah, we're finishing up the last of the paint touches, and started to kind of put things back. And then after we finish that, which should be done tomorrow, we're gonna move on to the back of the shop and finish up that project.
That's always the fun.
That's gonna be fun.
Kevin, you're right. When you get wine deliveries, they ask for a form of ID. I will tell you, of late, they've been very laxed with the asking of ID. And the last delivery, the wine delivery, I got one last night.
Maybe
they rang the bell and ran.
They go into the same house.
It could be, but you're supposed to sign for it, and they ask for delivery. But it depends. Like the one liquor store that we order from, they always make sure somebody has to be there. They won't leave it. Chipper, like Chipper Jones.
Well, Chipper Jones was brought up actually, yes, by our Sunday guest, Peter Body, brought up Chipper Jones. So yeah, I guess that stuck in my head.
And his constant beating up of the Mets.
Oh well, he played well against them, but he actually loved coming here, and Peter touched on that. He loved playing in New York. I mean, he named his daughter Shay.
I know.
So, how could you really kind of not like a guy like that? He stepped up his game when he was in New York, that's for sure.
But why did he name his daughter Shay?
Probably to get under the skin of some Met fans. But still, I mean, that's a big decision to name your kid just to get under some...
After a ballpark that you absolutely loved.
He loved it. He loved playing
and from a player's perspective, certainly. It
wasn't disrespectful.
From a fan's perspective,
it wasn't John Rocker when he came here. So, I think he was... he just really liked...
It's his son or his daughter? Son. Brian says his son.
Oh, his son. I thought it was his daughter was Shay.
His son.
Yeah.
He appreciated so much he played well. Yeah, he really did. Watching those games, that's a whole nother. I'm looking forward to a baseball season.
Yes, some sort of baseball season would be great.
We talked a lot of baseball this week. So for our baseball fans, you got some Mets, you got some Yankees.
Little Mets, though. Very little.
What's
Mostly
that?
Yankees. Very little Mets.
Well, the last couple of days. But before that,
before we, yeah.
And if anybody didn't know, we had the one and only Nelson Figueroa on the show.
Figgy was here, and he's going to be here. He's going to come here and going to play
bowling.
Play some bowling. That's weird. I've never said.
We don't say play bowling.
Anyway, he's gonna. Hopefully, we're gonna have an event here for him. So we'll see how that works out.
So Naz, I have a little funny. Tina, is Padre Pio fixed?
Yes.
Did you knock him over?
Well,
No.
So I didn't. Well, so Sunday, I'm here getting ready, and I'm walking by the snack bar, and I'm talking to someone on the phone, and I see this little statue on the counter, and I'm going, "What is that?" And knowing Tina, I had an idea what it was. So I said, "Oh," and then I picked it up, and it just crumbled. Padre Pio just crumbled in my hand.
Don't let my mom know.
But he was already broken. It was there, it was almost like she placed it so that she can get ready to glue it.
Yeah.
Well, and I figured it out pretty quickly. I'm like, I didn't break this. I barely moved the thing.
Right.
So now I'm like, oh, what kind of bad juju did I just put on myself by Padre Pio's head just going clunk, 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 across the counter? So now I can't see. So I had to go behind the snack bar because I had to put him back in place. So there I am, like an idiot in the dark, trying to place him back in place. And I'm going, oh, why? Right. So sure enough, today Jimmy grabbed some glue and put Padre Pio.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
So here we go. There's some stuff there.
Together.
Frank Tisolano was sharing with us that Barry Larkin gave his daughter a kind of a take on a Shay name. Very interesting.
I didn't know that.
That I didn't know. And that's interesting. The PBA, right?
PBA having a live event June 6th. The strike.
I knew
Derby.
They said that they were going to make an announcement.
So was that breaking news today? PBA having a live. That's something new. I didn't see that. We'll check it out. Strike. Coley. So Coley Edison, the CEO of the PBA, was on our show last week. She talked a little bit about the season, and she did say
they were going to announce something very soon. So
that's pretty cool. So I'm assuming it's a take on a home run derby. kind of taking the baseball and bowling piece together. Going to strike.
Yeah.
Throw as many strikes as you can. Cross, like almost like the
Should be interesting. Well,
strike a 9.
Strike a 9. Yeah.
Start on lane 1 and work your way. That's interesting. We'll have to check that out.
See how that works out.
And then we had golf. You had some golf this week.
We had some golf this week, and it was interesting. It was, it was good to watch golf. I don't know if they play on that course ordinarily. It seems like a very open course for them to play, like very easy course for them to play. I don't know if that's in the
maybe just availability or spacing wise,
right. Or maybe it was just that kind of event that they didn't need to play on a PBA course. But listen, it was nice to watch. Ricky Fowler and his teammate, the kid that just graduated from college, and I can't remember his name. They did well, but Rory and Dustin Johnson, they won. And listen, Rory is great. He really listen, is. I think they do have another event coming up.
They do, and then you also horse racing.
Horse racing with no fans.
Back. Now that's another crazy sport to watch with no fans. So that's interesting. Oh, Kevin got the whole PBA lowdown. So June 13th, the PBA Summer Clash. July, they're going to do the King of the Lanes, King of the Hill format at Bolero in Jupiter, Florida. Oh, interesting.
Wolf, that's his name. That's the
Wolf.
Name.
So it's listen, some sort of sport's coming back, and of course now the Belmont is going to be leading all of the races for the Triple Crown, which isn't typical. So
right,
go baby go! I'm excited, but that is another because of the whole gambling aspect with no fans. It just changes the. I mean, for the horses, it doesn't really matter.
And I do believe they are having a race at they say Darlington. I know the car racing is gonna have an event within the next couple of weeks too. So, Tiger and Peyton Manning versus Phil and Tom. Oh, well, there you go.
That's cool.
That's interesting. That brings a whole different dynamic into the.
Goes back to the conversation of being unique in this time frame and offering some sort of entertainment. And I will tell you, sports probably has the leg up on everybody because you're not going into a studio to film. You're not to film with all those people. So sports could go out into their venues and provide some sort of entertainment totally different. Right. And I like to see that they're doing different things. And you know what? Maybe we've been saying this since the beginning. Maybe things that we're learning today are stuff that's going to stick around. And maybe which will be pretty cool. I mean, these are cool sporting events. So
and obviously they're very open to things that are going to be outside. Even New Jersey has started to open up some things that are played outside. I know some of the tennis.
Well, just don't touch my balls.
Yeah, don't touch.
If you're in the same house,
you can kick the balls.
But if you're in the same house, you can play with the same balls.
Right.
You can kick them.
You can kick if they're not in your household. Don't touch them. You can kick them.
Hey, so we're still here. We're not getting the green light to open yet on day 65 of the quarantine. So we've been using this time through our Live from Rabs episode 59. Tomorrow now is the big 6-0.
Can you imagine that?
No. But
only 2 days off.
Yeah, 2 days.
We only took 2 days off.
And I mean, we're going to evaluate this weekend. I think we should. We could take a little hiatus this weekend too. Maybe.
All right.
It's a nice Memorial Day weekend.
Well, we already have Saturday and Sunday. Maybe Monday.
Yeah, I'm just saying we have to evaluate the weekend.
Okay.
Something to consider.
Something to consider.
Bowling centers around the country are starting to get the green light, and we've been saying this. We're going to learn a lot from our friends in the industry that are getting to open. Good. There are some great stories, some not so great stories. Right. Today, I've got a couple of friends that we're going to bring in and talk a little bit about what's happening in their centers in the country. But first up, I've got Dennis. Yes, you noticed that there's a set change.
And you're going to notice in a minute why.
Yeah. So, Naz, the first guest I'm going to bring in is a fan of the show, watches on a regular basis when he can, and he's a great guy. Mike Cannington is the sales and marketing director for Bowland Centers in Southwest Florida, and they operate 7 centers. And so, hey, Mike, welcome to Live from Rabs officially.
Hi, Michael.
Well, hello, Naz. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Long-time viewer, first-time caller.
I love it. Hey, Mike, do me a favor. Leave and come back because your sound is off slightly.
Oh, okay, sure.
We'll get Mike to come back in. That's happened 2 days in a row now, so I don't know if it's something the platform and.
Well, usually Tuesday. Remember they used to have the little banner that said Tuesday and Thursday.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
But today's a Wednesday, so that shouldn't happen.
Yeah. So, big fan. Naz, he's a big fan of yours. We were talking yesterday, and I said to him, I'm itching to get out of here, and Florida might be the first place that I get on a plane and go to. And I'm going to come to one of your centers, and we can do a live from Rabs from inside the center. And Mike says, "Well, I'm no Nazareth." Yeah, much better. So, Mikey, how are you today?
Man, I'm fantastic. It's a nice, hot, steamy day in South. It'd be a great day to be. We're working.
So, did you guys get the green light today, right?
Well, actually, we opened up. There was great confusion in the state of Florida when the governor said certain places could open, certain places had to stay closed. They left a lot of gray area. And so we actually opened very softly, very quietly. We opened about 9 days ago. And so we just started making a full push last Thursday. The first few days was just inviting league bowlers to come in and try the lanes, make sure the lanes were working good and stuff. So, but we've been open now for good for 5 days. And
so you guys have been preparing. In Florida, it's a little different than the rest of us, right? So you guys are a little bit slower on the closing date. So you haven't been closed as long, but still a long enough period of time to have it different, make a difference, and have some problems. At the same time, hey, we're open. What is that looking like right now? So you guys have been proactive, telling a story. Share a little bit about what the new environment looks like.
So we closed on March the 17th. And so we were basically closed for almost 2 full months, 8 weeks. And during that time, we used it to do a lot of repair and maintenance to our facilities, obviously do some training. We kept about 40% of our staff on during that time. When the government stimulus came along, we brought back 95% of our staff. And so, we've used the time with these buildings have not been quiet. We've been doing a lot of things. And so, we've used that time to get ready. And then, now it's a slow roll. I've been telling my friends around the country in bowling that are anxious to open up. It's a slow start. We're having to try to really show people that we're doing what we told them we were going to do. And then we've got to get to earn their trust that this is a safe environment for them to come have some fun. So, we know it's going to be a different summer. We just hope that by fall, our league bowlers are ready to come back in droves.
Yeah, I mean, don't we all, right?
Yeah.
So tell us about some of the things you put in place to kind of make the customers feel a little bit better or feel like they were entering a safe environment.
Great. Right when you first walk in the front door, every center has hand sanitizer stations. We've put hand sanitizer stations throughout the building. We've put plexiglass shields in front of any place where there could be a direct consumer to staff kind of relation. At the front desk service counter, in the food and bar areas. We've self-distanced tables. One of our facilities, they even took the yellow police tape and wrapped certain tables up so that people wouldn't sit in them. So we're taking all those precautions. We take temperatures of every employee. Every time I walk into a facility, they take my temperature. Gloves, masks, sanitizers everywhere. And so, we're wiping down bowling balls. We have shoe buddies. If people don't feel comfortable wearing bowling rental shoes, they can wear their own shoes. So, I mean, if there's a line item to be checked, we're checking them all.
All right, that's great. And some of the same things that Frankie and I talked about going forward that we would put in place also. So.
Yeah, and like I said, we're going to learn from each other. This is a whole new environment, right? So we just have to adapt a little at a time. And so in the last 5 days, what kind of reaction from your customers, right? So I think our league bowlers are the first ones that, to your point, they're the ones that come in no problem. But regular consumers that maybe we only see once a year, what kind of reaction you're getting from them?
So it's, that's the slow build. That's the group that we have to earn their trust back, because the hardcore bowler, the league bowler, the tournament bowlers, they're itching to be back in these facilities. The casual play bowler is the person that we really have to work hard to earn. We've, knock on wood, man, I tell you, our first 5 days have gone without a hitch, and we've got nothing but positive feedback from people. They're appreciative of what they see, right? Everybody's got the task to wear the stuff and do the right thing, and so far everybody's on point and getting the job done. So the few people that have come in have been very complimentary of what they see.
Are people bowling in their masks?
No. The people who are bowling aren't afraid of the coronavirus, I'm thinking. So yeah. They're out there bowling. The good thing for league bowlers is they bring their own equipment, right? Their own shoes, their own balls. Yeah. So they're comfortable. And they know they're not touching anything they haven't touched already before. But yeah, no masks on the lane so far.
Yeah, and you just don't know, you know. And I've seen pictures of both. That's why I asked. Hey, I want to go back a little bit. So while you guys were closed, you guys did some super stuff. Your food operations were open. You were feeding people in the community, feeding your staff. Talk a little bit about that, because that says a lot about the company that the Sinellos have, and of course that your help leading those efforts.
Yeah, amen. Pat and Lisa stepped up really big when we furloughed our staff, and that's a hard decision to take people away from a paycheck. And Pat came to us and said, "Hey, to help the staff." So we instituted a meal program where they could come and pick up a hot, fresh meal. And, we delivered to their car. They didn't have to get out of their car. So we did that for 3 weeks before we were able to bring people back from furlough, served a couple thousand meals at that time. And, it's just a feel good, right? And you're able to look at the people that you work with and say, hey, we care about you, and we want you to be solid while you're out of work. And then as soon as we're ready, we want you to come back, because we want to show you that we're that kind of company that's really going to take care of you as best we can.
Yeah, and that says a lot about. It really does say a lot about Pat and Lisa and your team. So awesome stuff, and I love seeing the videos and the things that you guys do. We talk on a regular basis, so it's great to see it, and then to share that. There's a lot that they get to share that we all get to learn from.
Absolutely.
So all 7 centers are now open.
Yes. Everybody's up and running. We have 3 competitors in the market. They have all slowly come back online. This week is really the week we're all feeling comfortable enough to open the doors and let people know in mass that we're open and ready to do business. So everybody's up and running, some different hours of operations and stuff, but and so now the task force is, are our winter leagues that were cut short going to finish out? The majority of our leagues have said, no, let's just cash out and we'll start summer leagues. But we have a few leagues that we're trying to floor to finish out their 2019-2020 winter season. And then we'll move into an abbreviated summer session during the month of June.
Have you put anything in place as far as occupancy limits, or are you pretty much back at your full occupancy?
Great question, Naz. The government does that for us, right? They tell 25%, or this week we moved into the 50% range. Now, you got to know, we have enormous buildings. So when they tell us 25% of 600 people is still a big number. We're at 50% in the state of Florida now. We're in full phase 1. It's a 3-phase recovery by the governor. So we're at 50%. So some of our centers could easily have 300 people in them. We don't ever get to that number, even on a busy night. But we're able to handle the load that we're given by the government.
All right. So do you have anything in place as far as social distancing, like space in between lanes, or?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. On the ground, we created these little bowling ball decals that say stay in your lane, slow your roll. We space those out by 6 feet. We mark different areas with tape. Again, one of our centers has put yellow police tape around tables to keep them separate. We're working on now how we're going to floor leagues. How will teams commingle on a pair? The hope is, we had a meeting this morning. One of our centers is going to host the Florida State Women's State Open championships in July. And so we hope by July we'll be at 100% occupancy and everything will be back to normal. But we have to work on plans in case that isn't the case. So yeah, we're taking every step that we can to not only for us to see, but for our customers to see, right? Because we've got to win their trust back. And that's there's nothing else more important right now than us winning back the trust of the customers, whether they're league bowlers or whether they're once or twice a year casual play bowlers. They've got to trust that what we're doing is in their best interest.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, they're the lifeblood, right? So without them, we don't have a business. So it certainly makes sense. And it's the new consumer, right? That we know they're going to be retrained to go out. So what does that look like? Hey, what does the restaurant scene look like by you there?
Our restaurants are quite large in size to begin with, and again, that's just been a slow adaptation. It's not coming back full steam. Even in some of our neighboring restaurants that aren't part of our bowling centers, they're saying the same thing. They're doing everything they can to get every person in because they don't operate on big margins, and so two or three more people in the course of the night means a big thing to restaurants. And it's just been I mean, I really feel for you guys where you are, because I mean, I know you're not talking about until sometime in July. It would have been catastrophic here. I mean, I can't imagine the number of small mom and pop businesses that would have to fold up.
Well, and on top of that, the tourism business, right? Thriving in the tourism business in pockets of Florida has to be taking a huge hit, and probably even longer than even our businesses will.
Well, you think about your favorite team, the New York Mets. This pandemic hit, we all closed the second week of spring training. Now think about that. In the state of Florida, especially in Southern Florida, spring training is a huge, huge time of the year for us, not only for the spring training fans, but it's just the height of our season, right? When everybody comes down, the East Coast comes down to the East Coast of Florida, the Midwest comes down to the West Coast where we are. And so March and April, those are the months we all make money, restaurants, hotels, everybody. And so it could not have come at a worse time for this market. It was devastating. I mean, and, we don't know even though the governor of the state of Florida said sports venues can go back into business now, we don't know. I'd hate to have to try to run a hockey arena or a basketball stadium or a football stadium. I can't imagine what that's going to look like.
Yeah, and the overhead on those arenas, and everybody keeps going back to, it's all about the money. Well, in some cases, it really is, because to operate such large venues, you thrive on tens of thousands of people to be in there at one time. So can you truly operate a facility with no fans? Yeah, of course, your overhead on employees, right? Your payroll is going to be low, right, but the overhead cost of running that operation certainly doesn't change. So yeah, it is a business.
Yeah, I always wonder why people think that we're not in this. We're not a not-for-profit. We are a for-profit business. We keep the lights on, and we keep the beer cold, and we keep the shoes clean by being able to generate revenue. And so it's a quandary to me why people would think that we're money-grubbing fools for doing this. But yeah, and we all know that payroll is a huge part of our expenses. So hopefully sooner than later, we'll start to get some revenue that'll match what our payrolls are.
Well, yeah, I honestly believe that the first thing that some people are going to assume coming back from this is that, you're trying to get people back. Why don't you lower your price and you'll get more people in the door? That's the exact opposite of what we need to do. I mean, everybody's reopening under so much debt that has been accumulated over the last 8 weeks or 12 weeks or whatever it's going to be. The last thing I want is to have reduced occupancy, and then you're going to tell me I have to give it away. Then, why would I open?
Yeah, no. We have a saying that we're all in the same storm. We're not all on the same ship. Correct. And so we want our ship to stay afloat and make it back to land safely. And it's interesting, Naz, you're spot on. Yesterday, the head of our sales department came to me and she said, "Hey, I got this customer who wants to know what kind of special deal we're going to give him if he books a group function." And I said, I was stunned. I'm like, I don't know. What, I mean, does he really want us to give him a huge discount? And so we worked through it, and I think we came to logical conclusion that was good for both of us. But yeah, you're right. I mean, there are those out there who think just because they're willing to come out, they should get a really good deal, and that's a tough bullet to bite.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, there are times for the deals. Right, there are times.
I'm not saying that it's not
right now is
sometimes.
Certainly not going to be the time for most, especially when the cost of operating is going up.
It's going to go up.
We've said it several times here, Mike. You talk about all those measures. Every single one of those measures is costing us more money to operate. So more sanitizer that we cannot get at the same price we were getting yesterday. More gloves. More
and in some cases more
masks.
Staffing.
Yeah. Oh, listen, our staff, it's funny today, one of the state USBC people said to me, goes, well, are you paying those sanitation people anymore? And I go, as a matter of fact, we are. You know, we call them sanitation specialists. We got these little carts that have all the goodies on them so they can go right to the lane, clean the balls, clean the scoring systems, all that stuff. And yeah, we're paying those people more. And so, yeah, our costs do go up. Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, you want to encourage as many people to come in, but did you reach out to your league bowlers and let them know that you were going to reopen and kind of invite them in as like you said, like a soft opening?
Yes, absolutely. That was a task that we laid on the general managers of our 7 facilities. We said, look, get your list. You know who your customers are. And if you don't, shame on you. And start making those phone calls. We don't want to send them an email. We don't want to do a postcard. We want it to be a real personal touch. We've closed you out of our facilities for 8 weeks. We want to personally invite you back in. And so, that was the task for the first week. And I think they did a very good job because the league bowlers were obviously the early adopters and ready to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's as expected. Yeah, as expected for all those points. Hey, Mike, really, and you're Mr. Positive, so you always have a great message. And through all of this, Mike's like, hey, of course, we're all going to get through this. And hey, these are the challenge. With every challenge, there's an opportunity. And so when somebody needs to pick me up, calling Mike or reaching out to Mike is certainly one of the first things you could do. And then, of course, if you need a good recommendation on a bottle of wine, go and ask Mike.
Okay, good to know.
The wine that I got delivered last night, Mike, I can't wait to crack it open because that'll be a first.
I tell you, you'll love it. It's just it's awesome.
Hey, really, Mike, thank you for dropping in with us today. We appreciate it. Before you get in trouble, go back to work.
Nazareth, I'm coming to see you this summer because I've seen enough of Frankie. I'm coming hang out with you.
We'd love to have you visit. Come on up.
Yeah, can't wait. I want to visit with the real king of Staten Island, Frank Wilkinson.
No, the queen right here.
The king and the queen, baby.
Well, you and Stacy make your way up. We're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Say hello.
Yep. Thanks.
Thank you.
So, perspective from. Oh God, I love it. So we have a delivery of some medication on my wallet's on my desk. Okay. Right by my keyboard.
Take 20 for yourself.
Oh, well, thank you, Mike. And a great perspective, of course, from operating 7 bowling centers in the state of Florida, which we. Through the news, you knew that that's one of the first states to truly get back it up and running. So 5 days now.
They've been very anxious to not close in the first place and then get back online as soon as possible.
So another perspective, I've invited my friend Mandy Haws from Norman, Oklahoma. And Mandy, you get to open in a couple of days, right?
Tomorrow.
Hey!
No. Oh, my God. No, I'm insane. I'm losing it. Friday.
Yeah, a couple of days. All right.
It's so much.
One, how are you?
Good. How are you?
We're doing all right. Well, thank you for accepting our invitation to drop in with us today. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're trying to give some folks some hope and know that, hey, we're reopening and bowling is almost back. So, learning from hearing from different parts of the country is certainly is a good thing. So what's happening at Sooner Bowl before we get ready to open up?
I feel like everything at once right now. I've never done a full business open, but I think maybe I'm getting some really good ground experience at that this week. Today the carpets got cleaned, of course. So the concourse is clean and we've got the carpets clean, and we're getting ready to replant all of our furniture in different spaces. So, as soon as the furniture goes back, we'll stage it and space it all around. And we're finishing up rebolting the chairs down in the bowlers area. We're getting those painted at a local auto body place. And we've redone the floor in the bowlers area, and we've repainted everything, and we've updated the bar. We've added take and bake to the catering menu. Oh, we're redoing all the food and beverage menu and pricing. So as much as we can, I guess is the right answer.
You've been busy. How long have you been closed?
We closed after Tuesday Night League on March, I think that was 17th.
17th, right. St. Patrick's.
Yeah. Closed right after let the league finish out, and then closed.
And so I'm sure all of these, we talk all the time. So all of these little projects are on the list, right? So to be able to go and get to them. And then, of course, looking at your center with different lenses, you're ready. Okay, we're going to do this, 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 and this. So what are the things that you've, looking at the reopening and the new consumer coming through the door, what have you been focused on? What's the plan?
Clean, obviously, and spacing and visuals. I'm pretty visual, so I feel like first impressions are really important. And to speak to exactly what Mike was saying, it's going to establish that trust. So just, coming in from kind of the front steps forward, what visuals we're representing in our business. We've rearranged a lot of things. We've moved vending machines, we've moved lockers, we've got the acrylics up, signage, stickers, put some benches actually out in front of our flower bed. So there's some outdoor seating as well. So, probably visuals.
And it's the first thing that they see, and then of course want to feel comfortable, right?
Right.
So
right.
whatever that, and I mean, we don't even know what their reaction is going to be to that.
Right.
Hey, so you get to open in 2 days. Restaurants have already opened in Oklahoma?
Yeah. Yes, at reduced capacity.
And what does that look like around the bowling center and around town?
I've heard slow still. I was just on our Visit Norman call, and lady that has a local Italian restaurant was on and kind of saying how miserable it is to be serving and having her cooks wearing the masks. And, it's tough. It's tough from a communication standpoint. It's tough from a customer connection and customer service standpoint. Big, local push to support local restaurants. But my gut is they're probably still doing a lot more in carry out and take out than they are in center seating right now.
Yeah. Sometimes when I find that you're in a position like that, like you don't know how that good customer service is what it's gonna look like.
Mm-hmm.
I try to think of places that I've been to through this and what made me feel comfortable and what made me feel like, oh, you could really tell they put some thought into it. So, but you're doing the right thing. You're walking through the experience like your bowlers would, and what do they see and what are they surrounded by? So yeah, it's not easy though. It's not easy.
No, ma'am, it's not.
And so what are you looking for? I know we're all looking forward to being open and seeing some faces, but really what's the first thing you're looking forward to as we reopen?
I had a moment yesterday. We had all our staff back for a 2-hour staff kind of retraining and update and get together and, kind of talk about what things were going to look like and talk about what our concerns were. And I had a moment when I had everybody in that room and everybody was back together. And I thought, this is what I've been waiting for. Yeah. I've been waiting for this feeling of everybody being back. And that was nice. That was really nice.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. That's going to be a little probably tearful when that happens.
Yeah,
yeah. It's a little,
Yeah,
it's good though. Those are good ones.
Yeah,
those are good ones.
Tears, absolutely.
Mandy's a baby, just like the rest of us. So it's not a bad thing. And if Mike,
it's a little emotional right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough.
Yeah.
And I get made fun of this, but Michael called me a crybaby at times because he's seen me in having that moment. And I mean, but this is so different. This is right. Our staff is our family, our team.
Yep.
You know, that's what makes the wheels go round. And so, we've seen some of them during this, but then to see them all together, I'm sure what was exciting at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, getting them back this week and, seeing the people trickle in and honestly seeing the gratitude. There's been a lot of gratitude on the side of staff for keeping our business open and keeping some of them working, trying the restaurant side, trying the catering side, trying to do, crazy things, but to just keep moving and keep forward motion coming. I mean, there's been some gratitude too. So that was really nice.
Listen,
that's what we need.
We need
good news,
and we need our team to make that happen. Hey, you talked a little bit about what you were doing on the food service side. So while we're closed, you had your food service operation rolling.
Yes.
And you made some changes to that and did some different things. Talk a little bit about what went through Mandy's head and said, "Wait a second, we can do something new here," and you guys made it happen.
You don't want to be in Mandy's head. It's like Alice in Wonderland. You don't. It's kind of crazy in there. Just, creative solutions. I mean, I'm always trying to think of creative solutions. Okay, this is what we've got. What can we do? So we had just opened kind of a catering component or division to our business, have a food and beverage coordinator. And so, what can we do? So we did take and bake menu. Liz Womp, who's sitting on the other side of me working on my menu right now, womped up a great take and bake menu. So casseroles, what do people need? Well, maybe a little bit of comfort food, right? So we've got some casseroles and a great take and bake menu. They can pull up to the north side of our building and call us. Scrambled and got together some signage from our local print shop. We did Easter cookie baskets. We also just have a wonderful lady that we added to our catering team, and she's a great baker. And so we did 75 Easter cookie baskets, just cute cookies with frosting, wrapped them up in a basket. Hardest money we've ever made, I think. But so what? It's perspective, right?
Right.
And Mother's Day brunch, we did several nice Mother's Day brunch. We did a package, quiche, French toast casserole, all that good stuff. Redoing the menu, updating the menu. We were lucky enough for Teacher Appreciation Week. We worked on 2 schools. Well, my daughter's schools. The elementary school, everybody pulled through and got a casserole. The middle school, everybody got a cute, flower basket with cookies in it. We let the PTAs do a tag on them. So, I mean, really just pulling things out and just trying to be creative, trying to get our hustle on. I mean,
and partnering with the community is great. That goes both ways. That's great. That's really,
it brought
really
some money in. I mean, that's the thing is it really, I said in our meeting last night, I said food and beverage saved our butts because we had some income that we were able to do stuff with.
Well, and so the whole casserole thing, I have to say, is such a I love that, but it really is a small town thing,
right? Well, yeah.
I mean, if somebody dies, right, you bring them a casserole, or like, and
because in New York, it's so easy. We send food.
I know. It's just so different.
Right.
It's funny that she says that because it's so true. You watch all these the TV shows that we've watched.
Somebody comes in new to the neighborhood, they bring him a casserole.
Yeah, like the whole the Desperate Housewives. No, it was more of a basket with bread, and then on Ozark, whoever died, and they bring them. They had casseroles for days. Yeah. I mean, casseroles just kept going. But it's not something that we do, so the relatability is different. Right. But I love the idea because for me to be able to make something, take it home and ship it out, makes it so much easier.
Hey, there was no green Jell-O with carrots involved, so that's the good news.
Oh, see, that's a whole nother element of the clear dish. Oh, see, now you just ruined it. Thanks.
Do you want to know what my favorite casserole is, though? It's the cheesy beef tater tot casserole. And like my kids beg for me to bring it home, which is funny. But it's ground beef and cheese and tater tots. and it's to die for. It's amazing. It's
Tater
good.
tots, anything I love.
Tater
Like
tots
loaded
is
tots.
a winner. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
it's good.
Mandy, really, thanks for dropping in.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's nice to see your face.
You're
I know I get
welcome.
to see your face later on tonight. Thank you.
welcome.
And good luck to you. We're excited. By asking you and Mike to come in here today was more about one, talking about what we're doing, but also give hope that hey, bowling is
it's moving.
almost back.
We're moving forward.
Inches away.
Inches away. That's right. Love you. We'll talk to you later.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you dropping
Love
in.
y'all too.
Nice
Talk to you
see
later.
Bye.
She's so sweet. I love my friend Mandy. She's awesome too. Well, thank you, Mike and Mandy, for giving us some insight to what's happening around the country. And
I think it's good because our people get to see further down the road. It's going to happen.
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Joni wants us to send her donuts. So Joni doesn't want a casserole. She'd like a donut. But the whole, it's funny, and I've thought about it. I thought about this when Mandy first talked about that whole, and I like the concept. Hey, we'll make something for you, prepare it.
People do that, Frank.
I know, but it's yes, they do, but not the same.
It's not as widespread, but yeah, we've done it here. We do it here.
Oh, no. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
I was talking about the casserole. I'll go back to the casserole
Well,
thing.
that's what I'm talking about. The casserole.
I know. It's just not the same.
It's not. They're certainly not as widespread.
No, like the neighborhood for us.
And it is an old. It is. I would say an older generation. Thing, because now all these catering places. Most
and
people
casserole
just roll up.
Is baked ziti and
correct.
A lot of the Italian specialties that you make in books. So
well, if somebody was going to
different.
send me beef cheese tater tot casserole,
I'm not sharing.
Send it.
Fork in the casserole dish. We do send food and yes, it's just different. It's just nobody's coming up to my doorstep and saying, "Oh, somebody died. Here's a casserole." Like it doesn't. It's a very small town neighborhood thing.
Yeah. And it
it's just different for us.
It's an older custom.
Yeah. We love the fruit baskets and the breast. I will say, as being on the recipient on that side, in such a sad time, one of the best things are a breakfast basket, because that's something you don't think of. Correct. You're not going to get up and make breakfast. So if you've got this basket full of fat and goodies,
those have been very.
I always like bagels and the crumb cakes, and send them a virtual fruit cake. Oh, fruit cake! I'm not a fan of the fruit cake, but sure, okay.
It's a virtual fruit cake, so it's not real.
Cake. It's a virtual.
So you're just sending
them
a picture of it, I assume.
The whole Christmas fruit cake thing, I never understood it.
It's probably it's
an old school thing.
Old custom of.
Not in our family. That was not.
We didn't.
A thing in our family.
I shouldn't say that. We did have some fruit cake in my family.
Ralph Oreo is asking about the pool. He actually says, "What about pool, old man?" Because I called him an old man. I call him an old man. So the bar, of course, isn't open yet either.
Right. So that won't be happening.
Ralph, you'll be one of the first, I'm sure, to come and play pool on the pool tables when we get to reopen. There might not be any bar stools at the bar.
Right. You might have to stand up to have your drinks, but that's okay. And there'll be little circles on the ground for you to stand at. But.
Yeah, I have to say the whole circle. We just ordered a bunch of signs and stuff that we'll use throughout the center. But you know what? I think I was gonna buy more just as a joke. Just get away from me. Stand here.
Yeah, right.
I almost want to walk around.
There'll be one in front of my desk.
Just walk around with it and stay away. You're in my, and I think mine is gonna say
you're not
personal.
Plexiglass up in front of your desk so people can't get close
I didn't think of that, but yeah.
And
from the ceiling.
Ralph, if you're still watching, your favorite bartender is saying that you're banned for life. You're not allowed back in. You're telling him to go back to Florida where he can go enjoy play some pools elsewhere. That's not very nice. We miss, as much as we break everybody's chops and you guys break ours, we really do miss everybody.
We do miss almost everybody.
Almost everybody. Hey, so we launched our talent show, Rabs Got Talent, and we've extended the deadline through this upcoming week to submit your videos. Look on our Facebook later today with a new link to send your videos to us.
So we got that straightened out.
We're straightened out. So it's going to be outside the website. You're going to send them to us via WeTransfer. Very easy. Upload and send them to us so we get a better quality video of you and your talent. Trying to figure that all out this week as we accepted videos, and then as I'm going through them, the quality, of course, had to be shrunk.
Right.
So we apologize for that, but we want to make sure we showcase your talent. So
Right.
In your email and on our Facebook page today, there'll be more information. Resend. Some of you won't have to resend. If you submitted already, we'll let you know whether you have to resubmit it or not. But most of them are okay. I don't want that to go to waste because we still want to showcase your talent through what grew here on Live from Rabs. Rabs Got Talent as.
Speaking of growing here on the show, we are going to start a hero, a Rabs hero of the day. Look at you with the.
I was ready for you.
You were ready, for me.
you.
We're not sure if we're going to do it every day. I mean, that's the target is every day, but there are so many people that are in our building. Well, not now, but are really good. I consider them our family, and they're out there. I see them, whether they're delivering the mail or they're driving a bus or they're a cop or so many and nurses and firemen. So what we want you to do is to nominate somebody that you would like to see honored for Hero of the Day. Bang. So, and it doesn't, we would like it to be related to our bowling center. There are so many people that on Staten Island that are doing great things, but we do want it to be somebody from here, somebody from a bowling center. We already have 2 nominations that I think we'll announce, one tomorrow, one Friday. And then please nominate your favorite hero. The idea is that we're going to ask them to come on for a couple minutes, just maybe tell a little bit about themselves or what it's been like for them, or say whatever they want to say. I'm not going to, let us know what you're thinking.
Yeah, well, we've talked about this even in the beginning. We take our everyday heroes, we take them for granted. So we really want to give you an opportunity to send a shout out and honor that hero who we're going to call the hero of the day. So if you know somebody or you are someone, we're going to, on this post, we'll also share a way to do that. You'll send us a nomination for hero of the day, and we want to highlight them and the work that they do. And I mean, there are so many of them here within the bowling center and our community.
The minute I said, it's idea popped into
everyday
my head.
Heroes. Yeah. They're really everyday heroes. Again, take it for granted.
I made a list in my head immediately of 10 people without putting any thought into it at all.
Yeah, and there's a couple of you walking here that we will certainly we'll want to recognize. So be on the lookout for that. But Hero of the Day segment here on Live from Rabs.
Yes, and Frankie and I are not eligible to be heroes.
No. If Joni, as you're our hero.
That's wonderful. But that's very nice, Joe.
Tony,
I love that picture that you posted this morning. I see the same light from my house, and I don't know what it is either. So maybe, Joni, send us that picture, and we'll post it tomorrow. We'll put it up tomorrow, and we'll see if we can figure out what that light is.
We have what?
Check it out. I don't know. Joni may have stuff on her page she might not want. She has almost the same, oddly close to the same view that I have. Yep. There's a very bright light over on.
I'm gonna save it, and we're gonna show it. So give me a moment here. I didn't know what you were talking about. That's why I went to the Facebook page.
So anyway,
we're talking about it as if they could see what we were just doing. They couldn't.
I thought they could. That's why I said that.
No. I didn't do a screen share. I was in the background.
I'm a little slow.
Showing. All right. So here's the photo that we're talking about.
Here's the photo that Joni posted.
And I did see this, but I didn't. I saw the picture. So you're talking about that bright
There's
purple?
the bright light over on the yes.
So the bright purple
It's like a
light.
purple
And it is super bright. I know when I look at it, it looks bright from where I am, and I can't imagine what's going on there. That and maybe it's because of the angle, because it almost looks like it points up to the sky. I'm not sure, but if anybody can identify any of that. Yeah, I have almost the same view as her. How weird is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a
And we
beautiful
don't-
view of Manhattan.
We don't really live.
For those that don't know what you're looking at the skyline of
Yes,
Manhattan.
and it's Manhattan and a little bit of Jersey City.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's true.
jeez,
It's so true. Thank God that did not open on the approach.
that would have been a lot of fun.
Yeah, so the Freedom Tower on the right, and you come through. It's not the Empire State Building.
No, because
obviously.
the Empire
You can
State
see it
Building
for-
is set back. You know what's really weird? When you look at it from that,
I don't know who this is, but that is funny. Is that Rosie O'Donnell?
What is that? I don't even know what that
Just
means.
anyway, aliens. It could be aliens. Yeah.
I don't
So
think it's aliens.
the cool part, it's not the statue. It's not the Empire
No.
State Building, which has been changing their lights through all this also, and so does the Freedom Tower. So yeah, we're gonna have to do.
Yeah, the Empire State Building sometimes is flashing, which is a little freaky.
yeah.
But it's weird because from the perspective, the Empire State Building actually looks shorter than the other buildings because it's further uptown. So it looks smaller.
Right.
I can only identify it because of the colors.
All right, we're gonna have to.
So
do some
anyway, so
research.
let's figure that out. Anyway, that's
I'd love to have that view. from my
something for
house.
another. I would like to have it off a deck or a patio.
Right, not
Deck.
not your little window in the attic.
Well, no, actually, I can see that from my bedroom, and I think Joni said that that's her view from her toilet. And oddly, our houses must be facing the same way.
direction.
They're parallel. They're just one's on one side of Victory Boulevard. She's like parallel to us on the other side of the boulevard.
Oh,
That's so weird. It's
Yeah,
weird.
we're gonna find out. So
Anyway,
we're on a
so that's-
mission
we
to
spent a
find
lot
out
of
what
time on that.
the alien-like purple light, and it's been every night.
No, it hasn't always been purple. I think it was just white for a while. Now it's purple. The purple is new. Anyway, Marissa is also on my list. So yes, I agree with Marissa.
We're surrounded by everyday heroes.
Every day, it's crazy, but we are, and thank God. Think about I mean, listen, we could go on for
You know,
days and days here.
The crazy part about the text message today, it's amazing sometimes how we are on the same wavelength, but so far, and then an idea here and an idea here comes together to become something else. It's oddly, just odd. And offline, we'll talk about that.
Yes. Yeah, we scare each other sometimes
We
because he'll
do.
say something and go, I just thought I was just going to text you. So yeah, we kind of, we have a think with the same brain sometimes,
We do.
which has to be pretty frightening for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it is scary. It is scary. I mean, for all of us, it's scary. So anyway,
Moving on.
I
Yes.
digress.
Yes.
So we've been sharing some old photos. It's our 25th anniversary here at Rabs Country Lanes, and we've been sharing some old photos. And I've got two of them I want to share. I mean, I'm not bringing the mood up here, but
Oh gosh, is that what I think it is?
these are photos from right after Hurricane Sandy.
Oh my gosh.
And this is just speaking of, and you know what? We couldn't have planned this conversation any better because this is again something that came out of Naz sending a text message. So right as Hurricane
Blah.
Hurricane Sandy is approaching and hits the East Coast and embarks on Staten Island.
Wait, think about that weekend.
Yes.
Bowl-a-thon weekend.
No,
It was
right.
the weekend of the bowl-a-thon.
We had the bowl. It was Sunday. It was Sunday, October, I want to say 28th.
Right.
And we had the we had the Bowling Against Breast Cancer Bowl-a-thon up and running. We did not. I mean, we had a successful year, but of course, we had a lot of people were leaving their houses. We had just started that afternoon. People were boarding up their houses, being forced to stay in, and so we ran the bowl-a-thon. We had a great event, and that evening we wound up closed. We closed to prepare for the storm surge. And that night, you know, Nazareth, we talk about where Nazareth lives in the North Shore, and she could see Manhattan and the water. And I just get this text message the next day, and she says, hey, do you think if I put out on Facebook, we can put out a call for some donations? And in my, you know, I'm not going to say no, but I was like, yeah, sure. I don't even know what that looks like, because, you know, the storm just hit. Devastation. We knew that we had no power. And she's got power, and I've got it was odd. I didn't have power. I'm going back and forth to my brother's house who had power. So anyway, yeah, sure. Let's collect some stuff. And she says, I'm going to, Naz, correct me if I'm wrong here. It started with, well, I'm going to tell our employees, because we don't want this, you know, we just want
We
to
don't
do
want
this.
it to get out of hand.
Yeah. And so what we didn't want to get out of hand turned into this.
That's a
And
little.
this is nothing.
That's a little.
This. Oh, and this. This is outside Rabs Country Lanes at the end of, this is Halloween, beginning of November.
So you don't have the picture of what it looked like.
And what about
here.
inside?
I didn't have it handy, but yeah. So this is when we moved outside. So whatever day it was, because they were all mixed up. Nazareth says we're going to bring some stuff. So like the first day we sat here and in the dark, and a couple people brought a couple bags, and it was fine. And then the next day we show up, and there are bags and cases of water on the stoop that were brought overnight. Oh, this is great. And then more bags and more bags, and the stoop was filled another night. And every day we just getting stuff. And so what these photos are a result of was all of these bags and stuff, all of the stuff being piled inside the bowling center, in the party room, in the bowlers area. I'm telling you,
It was crazy.
crap everywhere.
Yeah.
But it was all at the same time. It was an absolutely amazing thing that people, no different than today, everybody comes together for each other. And what turns into something simple, because nothing's ever simple when it comes out of Nazareth's mouth. It turned into this amazing effort to help those in need. And it was in the beginning, it was way too soon also, because what do you do?
Right.
And so Congresswoman,
We
Assemblywoman Nicole Maliotakis.
We took the truck. We took the Rabs van.
Right. No, that's what I was getting to. We were in touch with Assemblywoman Nicole, and hey, come down to New York. And we took the van and your truck, and I was hanging out of the back of the truck. And we're in New York Beach, and nobody wants this. It was very odd, because people are very proud.
Right. Right.
They didn't really know what happened. They weren't in need.
They were still in shock, some of those people.
Yeah.
That particular spot, that
Cedar Grove
neighborhood was devastated. And so I honestly believe a lot of those people were in shock. I mean, obviously the food, it was cold. So
They were looking for coats. It was cold.
Yeah, no, it was cold.
Yeah.
And so now the problem is nobody wants to hand me out. So now we wound up leaving stuff there. And then, of course, through the night, through the day, people in the wound up turning into
Right.
people in the neighborhood came together
Right.
to help organize. And people that we know, friends of ours that
Yep.
said, thank you.
Right.
And they kind of organized how to do it
Right.
within the neighborhood. And then we took this to the street. We went out in the parking lot, and we still didn't know what to do. So here we are sorting through clothes. I've got this photo of myself that Christina took
with the pile.
with
You
the
were on
pile,
top
and
of
I was
the
on top of the pile in a thong, in a new thong. Somebody I mean, we got. Do you want donations? We got them all,
Oh yeah, we got
We had
everything.
some, yeah.
and I'm not sharing. We got other things too. And
Yeah.
in some cases, people just emptied out, just wanted to
Yeah.
do whatever.
Yeah.
And
Well,
we
you
were
know what-
sorting and cleaning. The
Yeah.
exterminator was here. We didn't know what we were getting into.
Right.
But
But you know what? And
Christ.
when I think about those times, and I think of that, people honestly really just emptied out their closets. But to not focus on that, and to focus on the good. So many
Yes.
people cleaning out people's houses, volunteering to go to people's houses and doing cleanups, volunteering. We had so many people that wanted to volunteer. We didn't have enough for them to do.
Naz, half of these people we didn't even know.
Yeah.
Seriously, in
Yeah,
this photo.
when we came back
we did-
from Newdorf, there was people in here we didn't know who they were.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. When we came back, When we came back, there were tables. They had set up all the tables up on the
We
concourse.
didn't know who they were either.
And we're going, who are you? Who are you? And here's Terry. Like Terry was like, okay. And Terry's running around, and it just. But to your point, it was just an amazing thing how people came together and not only donated their time and energy. One, similar to this situation where everybody was cooped up, didn't have anything to do. Fortunately, we were able to go out and be around people. Whereas if let's say whatever this was, we were able to be out, we'd be in the similar situation that people would be congregating and helping others and doing what they can.
Yeah.
And we learned so much in a few days, Naz.
Oh, quickly.
From a quick post that said, hey, we're collecting some donations that blew up all over Staten Island and the country and the world. We were accepting packages from Germany, from Canada, from Mexico, everywhere.
That weekend, one of those weekends was also supposed to be the marathon.
Yeah.
The New York City Marathon. And the New York City Marathon, they sent us a donation of coats, brand new jackets that the runners couldn't use, that they had put together. They were staying in a hotel in Manhattan, a couple of hotels in Manhattan. They put the stuff together and showed up here. I mean, we were getting boxes of stuff with notes in it. And and I think Jimmy Otto touched on it yesterday when he was talking about social media. And he did touch a little bit on how it is difficult to live sometimes in that world, but the possibility for it to be so positive is so underrated. And honestly, if more people used it to do positive things, the world would be incredible.
It would just be a better place.
It would be a better place. I know. I wanted to say that, but
Naz,
it sounded so cliche.
Liz, you just don't know.
All right, now they're going to make fun of me. Move on.
Let's.
So what else do we have
know
going
what's
on?
going on in somebody's world.
You don't know.
You
really don't know what's going on in somebody's world.
And some of our friends know exactly what we're talking about right now. Anyway, take the. So.
Anyway,
take the side jokes out of it, the inside jokes, excuse me. So it really was amazing. And then the residual effect afterwards. I mean, the stories that were written and the people we in a few days, we learned distribution. And I went to, now I started at DeVry, sales and marketing, and distribution in that to learn not just sales and marketing, but also warehousing and that stuff. And it kind of like, wait a second, I got thrown into something.
And you know what?
We're getting phone calls from people we don't know.
Right.
Trucks. Oh, I got a truck with 20 skids of water. I don't have a loading dock. Oh, no problem. We're going to get it off the truck for you. Yeah. And I'm going,
volunteers just unloading the truck.
Out of nowhere. And then the other photo, the Advance truck where we just sending, and the International Christian Center Church.
Yes.
On, I don't have that right. That's ICC.
On New York Lane?
No, on Richmond Avenue.
Oh, okay.
That big building. They were taking a lot of stuff. And so they had sent places. And then the worst part of all of this, we were sending stuff back out. And then it was coming back. I'm like, no. Cannot come back. No backsies. We donated it. Thank you very much. We had stuff here for a while. Just when we got back open 8 days later, we were still struggling to move stuff just to get back to reality.
Craziness.
And it was crazy. And yes, Mandy, it was out of hands. It was nuts. But I thank every person. If you're watching and you were here, we appreciated all that you did. And those that aren't, it just. So anyway, I wanted to share that because there's a great story behind that. But again, it kind of folds into Naz has an idea and let's go make it happen. Just like this. Hey, let's go. You know what? Why don't we just start a live show? And here we are, episode 59, Naz.
Hey, how is that? It has alcohol in it, you know.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, he's drinking the seltzer. Oh, nice.
It's not regular seltzer.
Just help yourself.
He did.
Do you like that?
Oh, wait, it says hard seltzer. I understand that.
No, I don't think so. Oh, did you bring it out of the shop?
No, he had.
Oh, all right, Ray. Well, did you like it?
I liked it, but I put it down. Once I find out there's alcohol in here.
It's done.
So
anyway.
And Naz, the meme of the day is in a theme, of course. Bowling will be back.
Good old Sheldon.
Good old Sheldon Cooper. I have to say, Jim Parsons he's one of my favorite actors.
He's great.
And there are times though, he plays a lot of different characters, and because he played that role for so long,
right.
Seeing him out of it is very tough.
Yeah, right. You
And
still
so-
see Sheldon.
Yeah. But however, in this latest project, Hollywood, on Netflix, I believe it's on Netflix, Hollywood, it goes back and tells the story of old Hollywood. It's another Ryan Murphy piece, and Ryan Murphy's nuts. And does these time period pieces, and Jim is in there and he plays an old agent. And I'm telling you, he's awesome.
Different.
And he's definitely different. I happened to see him in a one-man show, Act of God, on Broadway,
on Broadway.
Several years
Yeah,
ago.
he was great in that too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You're worried about an actor like that, like
Get
you
get
can't take him
hold.
out.
Right.
But he is one that has been able to come out, and no different than Sandra Whoa. Who? No.
Oh,
Uh,
yes. Whoa, cool.
No.
Whatever. Yes. From Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why she left Grey's Anatomy. She
Yeah.
didn't want to get stuck in that role and only being Christina.
Yeah.
And we're now watching Killing Eve.
Oh, yeah. She's yeah.
And it's we're catching up, and I mean, you still see like they have the same mannerisms.
Right.
But
right.
Sandra Oh.
That's it.
She's great. So anyway, yeah, bowling will be back. Bowling will be back, and as you heard today, bowling is coming back in
Little
parts
by
of our
little.
country, little by little, and we're excited.
Yep.
And I think the best part of it all is that we're gonna learn from all the mistakes that Mike makes, that Mandy makes, and we're talking on a regular basis.
Mike doesn't make mistakes.
No, and we're gonna make mistakes too. But we're
That's
gonna
right.
do
We're
the
gonna
best
learn.
that
I
we
mean,
can.
we have great. You know what? I think we benefit by that because we're so connected to the community that people are going to feel a part of it. You know, like a family would. Not like a customer is going to come to you and say, "Well, you know, they did this or they did that." You know, people are going to come. You know, they're going to talk to you like family and go, "Listen, you know, this wasn't really good. Maybe you should try doing this."
Yeah.
So, you know, because they want us to stay open too. So
Well,
they want the best for us.
And Mike said it right? It's all about the perception. It's all about
Yeah.
they are the lifeblood, and so we need them to. They're gonna dictate that for us.
See, look, we got Ronnie on Money Heist.
And we're influencers. Look at that. Ronnie's watching Money Heist. Ronnie, you're gonna have to tell us about how you enjoy Money Heist. I'm having a hard time not talking to you about it because I finished it and Naz hasn't finished it yet,
Now I'm up
and we don't
to-
want to ruin it for
Yeah,
you. But
yeah.
oh,
Yeah, now I can't talk about it either now because I'm past him.
I mean,
But I am past the heist.
the beauty thing, he can only type the comments, so it's not like we're having a conversation in person, and he can interrupt us.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm past the heist, so that has
So you're going to be starting part.
resolved it.
You're going to start part 3.
Yeah, like halfway through part 2,
Oh, okay.
where the phones, that whole thing happens.
So they're on the islands.
They all
They
came,
all left and did that, and they're back together.
they're all back together
Okay,
now.
so now they're starting.
with a couple new people
Okay, so now they're starting the conversation of
about
how they're going
getting Rio.
to get Rio,
Yes.
and what they're next, how they're going to do that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
And then obviously there's a little, you know, people feeling that they, you know,
Oh, yeah.
why is this person here? Because, you know,
whoa,
there's a
whoa,
little-
whoa, right.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
Inspector Raquel.
Oh, you know what the funniest friggin' thing is Torito or whatever.
Oh,
he's a
jerk.
He's a friggin' motivational
Motivational speaker. And the crap that he's talking about
Yeah.
isn't true. The guy's getting paid millions of. The cool part, I have to say. So Arturito comes back as this motivational speaker. This isn't giving away anything, but he comes back.
The only thing it gives away that they don't.
Well, that he's
doesn't
alive.
Get killed, right?
Right. But a character like him can't die.
Right.
So
That's what I kept saying.
he-
That person's not going to die.
He's on stage making millions of money, millions of dollars, and he's got nothing to show for it.
Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah.
Sadly, he's got no family, no nothing, and he's telling.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Sorry.
And he's
Yeah.
not. And the cool part about it, I've seen someone in person that does exactly that, and travels the country and makes a lot of money doing it, and is that person. And I wonder if they know that. Like they're and there's a couple of them. They're speakers that they're all bullshit artists. They're on TED Talk. Some of them, they're just not good.
Well,
Anyway,
you're gonna have to tell me who that is because now I'm.
there's a couple of them.
Okay, well, we'll talk later.
So anyway, Arturito, part 1, episode 7. Oh, Ronnie, enjoy it. Enjoy it.
It's a good show, and it took me honestly. I'll be honest with you. It took a few episodes before we got to that cliffhanger kind of feeling in every episode.
Right.
But now it definitely stepped up to that.
So now the new show for us is Killing Eve, which I'm hooked.
And that's been around for a while.
Yeah, never watched it. And I like Sandra Oh.
Yeah.
And I like, the cast is great.
Yeah.
It's got some wonky turns. It's written well.
Yeah.
It's predictable.
Right.
It's not. It's on BBC. But definitely something to watch. The only problem, it's one of those shows that you have to pay to watch the old episodes. So we had to buy the season for $19.
Right.
I was like cringing as I'm getting ready to press the
Yeah,
button
right.
to buy it. I'm like, I have all the streaming service and I can't get to it.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway.
Scams.
So those are good shows. The problem is, again, by the time we
what
get
are
out
we
of
going to
this,
do?
we're not
when
going to be
we
able
go
to
back
watch
to work. We're not going to be
any
able
of
to
them.
watch anything. You know what? We're going to have to do? We're going to have to do what I've been asking you to do.
Put a TV in
We're
the
going to
office.
put a TV in the office.
Yeah, that's one idea Nazareth has had for a long time that I have not given into, a TV in the office. We have the radio. My dad bought a radio a few years ago. That's off the wayside because we don't need to listen to the Met game.
Right.
She had it on the wall, and so we don't need that anymore. We listen to it on our computers. We use Alexa a lot. And as I said, that she's kicking on. So yeah. Anyway, so happy Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday, which means we're going to talk all food.
Love it.
So our weekly,
And we may have a special guest tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Our hero of the day
Well, besides that,
with Pam. Oh yeah. So I'm sorry. I thought you were throwing something else at me. No. Pam always brings friends.
Yes.
And so actually, yes. So we're gonna be talking the restaurant scene.
Yeah.
Today, her show on Facebook was dedicated to the markets.
Yeah.
Talking about what's happening in the markets, and she's great. She's got some great information that she shares every morning, and so she and her posse. I'll be here tomorrow.
I don't know how she
amazing.
keeps all of that in her head.
No,
she knows restaurants. She knows people. She knows every.
Well, when you're the food editor
cook,
of the local paper, everybody reaches out to her.
It's still a lot to remember
It is
and
a lot.
keep. It's just she's amazing. And then she'll go from the Angelinas and talk about the Malerbas, and then she'll go to. Well, if you go to Port Richmond Avenue and you go through the laundromat in the back. They sell the best tacos. I mean, really, she is amazing. I love her show.
So
love her little.
She and her
thing in the
friends
morning.
have been a great piece, a part of Live from Rabs. So
Yeah.
we're looking forward to having her here tomorrow. Saturday, Pro Bowler Saturday, where Joe Cal comes back into the studio with us, and we have the one and only future Hall of Famer
Shannon O'Keefe.
You got it right this time.
So did you, but all right, it's okay.
And,
We got it.
Mike Pellegrino Sr. is going to join us on Sunday.
Pellegrino
So Memorial Day weekend.
I actually think that
full.
has made this whole week cheered me up all week.
Yeah.
Just looking forward to Mike being on the show. I love all our guests. Love them all. Mike he's
special.
Pellegrino is anybody that knows Mike Pellegrino knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So
Comedy show.
it's going to be a comedy show.
He might be a little reserved. We might have to open him up. And maybe, you know what? Maybe Monday will be the day Monday will have to be the day that we may take off Monday.
We'll talk about it.
It's the holiday.
It would be nice for us to have a day.
And of course, we're going to take off and it's going to rain, right?
Of course it is.
I don't know what the weather is for the
No,
weekend.
I don't. No,
It's not that. It's not really the best.
No, I
it's-
think they said the only day we were going to have
Saturday.
rain was Saturday.
All right.
And it's chance of showers.
Our pool is open, but we haven't. It hasn't been warm enough to actually. The days we opened
Saturday.
it before it was like nice enough to actually use it. My poor niece and nephew want to use the pool, and it's been like they'd be blue if they went in the pool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been cold.
So
I need a fixer's done.
You still have to get out of it.
yeah, and yesterday's show with our borough president with Jimmy Otto was great. And so if you didn't catch that, go back and watch it. He had some great messages about what's been happening here during this time, but of course during his tenure. And so
And
Thank you,
was
Jim.
he spoke so. He loves the words. He loves words.
Oh, yeah, he does love words.
And he'll be the first one to admit it. But yeah, he was a great guest. He spoke so well on so many different things. And yeah, he actually enjoyed being on.
He did. And we didn't talk Mets or pizza.
We didn't talk food or baseball. I don't know how that happened.
Imagine that. Well, he just kept going.
He did. He used a lot of words.
He did. So, hey, thanks for watching us today. Continue to like and share. There's that little share arrow. Share our post, like our page.
So you know
when this show is on.
Yeah.
The Frank and Naz
Why
show.
would you not
The Naz and Frank
subscribe?
show.
Not subscribe.
I don't understand, Naz. Who wouldn't want to be watching us every day?
I can't imagine. I don't know.
Our regular cast of characters joins us to watch this cast of
Every
characters.
day.
And so we are looking forward to getting back at it. But in the meantime, we are here every day until further notice, 2 p.m., live from Rabs, from inside Rabs Country Lanes. We miss you. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah.
Stay healthy. Wash your hands.
Don't touch your face.
And if you touch your face, make sure you have washed your hands before you touch your face.
Yes, if you have to.
That was a good message from Jimmy because he kept pulling on his beard yesterday.
You know, and he said
It's
it.
habit.
He wasn't itching it. It was just because it's there. And I see a lot of times guys with beards, it's like they want to caress it and touch it. It's
Either that or it itches, one or the other.
no, he said it wasn't itchy. He said at the beginning.
They always say that.
But
In the
he was
beginning,
just-
it's definitely itchy.
he
No,
was-
now it's at the point, right? It's
he was just touching.
he likes to play with his
Yeah,
beard.
he likes to, yeah. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Yes, everybody stay safe, stay healthy.
Yes, please.
And we'll be at this again tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I want to jump in.
Naz, not only did we keep it real today, but
That was awesome.
see you tomorrow.